there was a little bit of funding that I believe came from UNDP to allow for them, but it was all done locally and compiled from the last few years. So it was done fully locally. So it will add to what we have done locally. Thank you, honourable members. So first, let me also just clarify that the Zimbabwe Youth Council board is not a full board. It's only half. The other half of the members come from the organizations. So when we talk about the gender issue or our members with disabilities, there's still much room. But with the members that I have, there's at least one who represents members from our community who are disabled. He is there. And we have two very strong young ladies, one being of the age of 23, who is already a qualified chartered accountant, very strong young lady. And so we now are looking for the other half of the members to help bring additional what is the word? Balance. Thank you. So now, in terms of our chairman, the honourable members' questions around fully understanding the statistics of just how bad it is in terms of young people and representation, I'll allow for my youth director. We have done some work on that. We do know. Personally, I think a lot of it comes down also to us having to give space to young people. Culturally, we tend to look at someone who's below the age of 35 and be like, no, you're too young, you know. And we have to create opportunities for young people to show and prove to us just what they can do, and that's what they're asking for. That's what young people are asking for. They're saying, yes, we want the quota, but more importantly, we want the space to show you just the capacity and the capability that we have. And as a ministry, that's what we're trying to do through these different platforms. And again, it answers the next honourable member, sorry, in terms of how are we working to ensure that our youths across the country, whether it's urban or rural, get the information. This comes back to the importance of decentralization. The decentralization of our Zimbabwe Youth Council into our districts, into our provinces is hugely important, and that is what is being done. And Honourable Chairman, the member who was talking about the 20% youth quota being given space into the government and different spheres, and then in terms of support, if a young person is wanting to run for the MPs, that's where I will go back to saying that that is something that's very important that we need to show when we're talking about our youth quota, the 10 that we have for members of parliament. There must be a transparent process, but there must also be help given to young people who are wanting to understand what their responsibilities then would be as an MP, what it would take, how they would leverage that. We as a ministry would be more than happy to help young people that were specifically interested in running for those 10 spots, developing a curriculum with yourselves as the portfolio committee to then do trainings with young people. And I think that is, again, what we need, because it's part of a succession plan. We need more young people getting interested in becoming members of parliament and serving their communities and serving their countries. So if we can then provide trainings on how to do that, I think it would be something that we will definitely look at. The Ministry of Social Welfare is coming out with his what is it called now? I've gone blank. His book on where we are in terms of achieving the SDGs, and within that there were a lot of statistics taken on our population, on our number of youth, in work, in schools, unemployed, unskilled and skilled, So we're, as a ministry, looking at that right now. It's just been shared with us to see the stats that we have and then to try and add value to it so that we all are on the same page and working to helping the same people. In terms of the Empowerment Bank and the effectiveness, the bank is in a process right now of restructuring, purely for the reasons that the Honourable Member brought up in terms of the very high interest rates. And for young people to start off a business, most young people don't have the requirements that the bank is asking because it is a pure bank and they have to run under bank regulations, which is very restrictive for young people. So at the moment, the conversation between the ministry and the Ministry of Finance has already started on trying to find a new way of restructuring the bank so that it can be more effective and fulfill its mandate of empowering young people.
For other stories, visit our website www.263chat.com. Follow us on Twitter @263chat and like our Facebook page 263chat.